Hey everybody, let's take a look at Taishakuten, who dropped for the very first time in Monster Strike last night. Actually, Taishakuten has a different name in English. It is Śakra. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but if that name is more familiar to you, then there you go. It's Śakra. So, as you can see, there's angels around the side that has a green skull on them. So, of course, we need to take them all out before they show their ability, and it puts the shields into counter mode. Now if you saw that first move, by running into those shields you get a speed up, and that will help you take out those green skulls in one turn, because if you don't take them out in one turn they will revive each other and you've got a zombie loop on your hand. Now once you take them out, as you can see, you want to hit the shields and deal damage to the mini boss without without that power up. You're actually not going to do that much damage to the mini boss. So make sure you always path your way into hitting that shield first. Now, here's one thing. If your monster ends up pretty close to that shield, there's a chance that when a different mon hits that shield, that small localized blast will actually power up that monster instead. And actually that Yosun right there is in a perfect position such that if I hit that shield, he should get a power up on his next turn by virtue of being next to it. So as you can see right there, he is powered up. Oh yeah, and if you take too long, the elephants will send out an electric shock. It's not that bad, to be honest, but if you have multiples of them, you are certainly going to be in trouble. And the mines hurt a lot, so make sure you have at least a decent amount of Minesweepers along your team. If you have too many flight monsters, it can cause havoc, because the damage from the mines was somewhere in the mid 10,000, 20,000 range, so somewhere in between there. It's pretty intense, so you can't afford not to pick up those mines. And I was a little scared bringing Atum here, because his gauge has the Minesweeper, so if I miss, or flight, so if I miss my gauge, I'm gonna eat all of these mines. So it was a little scary, but if you're watching this video, that probably means things ended well. Okay, so I mean, the flow for this stage is always the same. Clear out the green skulls, making sure you hit the shield will help you clear them out, and you only need to take out the same type of monsters. So as you saw there were the angels, and then the gunman dude. I forgot his name already. He's one of those silver egg monsters, but so you just need to take out the pair of them, because they only revive its fellow character. So I only took out one, so that's not good. They'll come back alive. So we'll try it again with Yosun here. And this time we only got one set, but they weren't the same character, so their partner will revive each other, and we haven't made any progress quite yet. Let's see how this goes. And okay, not a good step. So I mean, this is what can happen, if you're in the wrong positioning. You don't hit the speed up properly, you don't go through the weak point to deal the optimal damage to these monsters. It can drag on, and that can cause you trouble, because the amount of damage they deal in one punch is actually not too bad, but since they stack up really easily, it can cause a lot of trouble. And so it can get frustrating, because I can see, like, you're in the wrong place, you don't have that angle so that you can take out all pairs of mons. So I mean, eventually once you get used to the stage, you can, you're aware of those situations, but it really is an interesting stage. And survived with the hair of my chin. Yes, again, if you take too long to take out the mini boss, they're gonna fire off this electric flash on you. Luckily, it's not as intense. I mean, it is an impossible quest, so you would figure that something like that could be a little more powerful, but luckily it wasn't. Okay, so so note that the angels are in a triangle formation, and somehow I took those out first. There are 2 gunmen right above the set of 3 blocks, so they will revive each other since I only took out 1, but actually it was much harder. I'm sure it's much harder to take out the 3 angels rather than those 2 gunmen, so probably reversed from the normal order. And so now that we take on out all of the minions, again, counter mode, so we want to hit that shield and try and get inside of that block area so that we can actually access Taishakuten and start dishing out damage to her. The damage boost is absolutely essential. Again, I said that before, so there's 2 options. You can try and get greedy, and these blocks are set up in a way so that you can perform a loop hit almost. Not the perfect ideal loop hit, but it is definitely set up for you to just go bam 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 in there like that. You find that angle, you can do a lot of damage. Of course, if you miss by just a little bit, you're gonna bounce off the block, and you can waste a turn and do almost no damage. So, or you can opt to just take the safe route, find a way that angles you. Oh, that was. I don't want to hype myself up that much, but that was pretty great. Of Kuchulain hitting the shield, bouncing off the blocks to take out the top set, and then getting to the bottom shield to take out the bottom set there. That was just really good positioning. Of course, completely luck. I can't position myself to save my life, but luckily that worked out, and that makes this stage a lot more easier because since they are all angels, unless you take them all out in one turn, they'll revive each other. And you don't want to waste too much time because, this is actually the mini boss or the pre-Evo stage of Taishakuten. And I don't want to know what that 5 does, right? Alright, so we should be wrapping up. Kuchulain, again, she's just too good for this stage. I am definitely jealous. I wish I had her, but no luck there. Man. Fire! Probably not the path I was thinking of at first, but that's alright. Alright, so we got boss stage. We got 39 turns to clear Taishakuten to get that bonus chest. Now, let's take a look. We've got gunmen on the left and right side, and we got angels on the top and bottom of Taishakuten. So, again, we want to make sure take out the pair. And yes, that is pretty solid. Gunman on the left survived. Maybe if I was a little bit higher, we would have been able to get him too. But hey, at least the angels are gone, so that makes things a little bit easier. And hitting that shield should allow us to, well, it gave Yosin the chance to do 2 rotations, and so now we're in the perfect situation here. All the minions are gone, and now we can focus our damage onto Taishakuten. So, one reason I brought Atuma is, of course, he has the speed up bump combo on him. So hitting him first and then the shield, you get speed up, attack up. What's not to like here? Yeah. These elephants, again, remember, if you don't kill them by their top turn count, they will fire off that electric attack. And since this is the boss stage, they probably do a little more damage. So be diligent about that. However, if you see the opportunity to do massive damage to Taishakuten like I do here, take that opportunity. Granted, you do have 8 turns, and of course you should evaluate if you have the luxury to make that specialized attack given your HP count, but you can easily ignore those elephants as long as you're confident that you can take out in Shakuten in 4 turns, and you can tank the damage that all of those other minions can. Now there's only 2, so for this stage, maybe okay. I opted, of course, to just clean them out. You can, they were on the way, right? So you just got them out of the picture. Alright, let's take a look at the second gauge of the boss. And now this was a pain in the butt. These angels are situated in a way that it makes it really hard to hit all of them, and somehow Atum was able to do that, probably with the help of the bump combos. But that that was crazy. So I mean, this is already a great start. I've gotten rid of all of the angels on the first turn, so now we can focus 7 full turns without worry, or 6 because I just worked. No, okay, I didn't waste it. Anyways, we can focus pure damage onto Taishakuten, and there's nothing she can do about it, which is awesome. Well, I guess that's not true since we just passed the enrage gauge, so she will reset her cooldowns and call down some more of those elephants. Alright, so now let's think. Do we there's a chance I can do a lot of damage here. And well, unfortunately didn't bounce on the side I expected. But as a bonus, we got rid of the top right dude. That's great. So hey, we're halfway there. Again, let's remember you still want to hit the shield first, double checking what her strike shot is. His strike shot is. Oh, but I guess I already had the power up, so it's not necessary for me to not necessary, probably. I don't know if there's any multiplier differences. There probably is. But and a lucky guide here that'll help me maximize my damage in between the block and Taishakuten here. I mean, look at that. We got 11 million damage out of that. You know, if I didn't have the gauge, I probably would have done a much more steeper angle downwards than I did. So thank God it worked out that way. All right, final stage. Again, these angels are also situated in a pretty annoying manner. Now, if you're in the outside circuit, there's actually a really good chance you can do it all in one shot really easily. But like Yosen here is probably in a very, very good situation. Did I remember it right? And yes, some lucky bounce off the blocks there to take out the top right, but the first 3 got cut pretty smoothly, and it's just okay. Luckily, we got the bounces needed to take out that top right angel. So now, again, we have 6 turns where we can just focus damage onto Taishakuten. And that's pretty important because otherwise you are struggling, wasting times trying to get those angels around you. And of course you need to pass the exclamation mark, otherwise he will fire off something that probably will kill you. And so Kuchulain is, her strike shot for this stage is going to be insane. So ideally you probably want to, you know, if you can get the speed ups, get the power ups, of course, you know, make your Kuchulain be able to be the best she can be here. Like, she's in a great position now. Yosen has pushed her up right in front of that shield. Those stupid. Now note the turn differences for these elephants. The bottom one is at 3. The top, the one on the left and the one on the right are at 5. So luckily Atum was able to take out the bottom one, giving us a little bit of leeway in terms of not having to worry about too much. However, I'm like, you know, I want to make sure that that elephant doesn't get in the way of Kuchulain here, so I use the bash also to recover some HP. And the block on the right should go up, so that gives us the perfect opportunity for Kuchulain to do her thing. Yeah, that's only 2 hits, and that did 16 million damage just from Kuchulain alone. That is ridiculous. I mean, of course she was powered up too, but I mean, yeah. So if you have Kuchulain in your box, you should probably use her. There were no poison mist, so bringing dupes is not an issue. I brought 2 Yosen, for example, and let's see what else is good for this stage. Of course. Oh yeah, Kurama was really good. It sounded like Gabby in her ascended form seems to be useful too. Armageddon, D'Artagnan, Parvati. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty fun. Not too difficult. It can get frustrating, so And of course, if you don't have the right set, like having Minesweepers and uh, you know, whether or not you want to take advantage of the blocks or not. So like poverty, like I said earlier, is an example where you don't care about the blocks. I think I don't remember, but there's definitely ways to do this without blocks and with blocks. I feel like I enjoyed it without having the block ability, so that you are high risk, high return. You get in there, you're gonna be able to do a lot of damage. You miss, no damage. All right. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye.